Just another manic Monday. Happy Monday. Is it a manic Monday for you? Are you happy today? How was your weekend? Today we're going to talk about Face Mask Alchemy briefly. We'll continue plugging away at Hack the Product, and we will finish up our Skin Goals Hydration series where we're going to talk about topical things and products, and yes, that will be a majority of the video. So jumping in, Face Mask Alchemy. Holy heck, hot dang guys. It's the February box sold out in less than 24 hours after I released the video. So I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribes. I want to say thank you for everybody who's excited about buying just the individual box, and just overall the unending support that you guys give me is amazing. I want to make a comment about the selling out. I only make a certain amount of product on top of the subscriptions I have. I made a commitment when I started this that I was only going to grow at a certain rate, and I've stuck to that, and I intend to stick to that. So if you want to subscribe, get subscribed. It's a really affordable box, and here's one of the things I want to say about the price, is that when I make the product, I don't put a markup on the actual mask. So what you're paying for is the actual quality organic ingredients, with you're basically paying the wholesale price of the ingredients. So that's why I keep it really affordable, and that's why the product itself is really good. With talking about the price though, I do have to say, starting in the February renewal, I will be raising the price to $11.11. And that is strictly because the post office is raising their shipping costs. So really, I'm only just passing the shipping cost on to you. And it's because I live in Hawaii, because I'm considered Zone 8, it's just more expensive for me to ship things to you. It has to travel a really far way, but that's the small price increase for getting something handmade from Hawaii. Bug on the screen. All right, let's jump into Hack the Product. Okay, if you are just tuning in, we are hacking the Maelstrom Pendulum Potion for fun. No other reason than that. All right, so we started with this Tamanu oil from Garden of Wisdom. Very dense and cold pressed. Has a very nice smell to it. I then picked up some of this Tamanu oil from my supplier that I use for Face Mask Alchemy. So it is cold pressed, double filtered Madagascar. The Garden of Wisdom one is from Tahiti. This has a much smokier scent. Now, I picked up this one from Eden Botanicals because I wanted to see if I could get something, I don't know, I wanted to see what the variations were out there. This one is expeller pressed from Madagascar as well. We've got a very different color. It has some particles because Tamanu oil is usually solid at room temperature. This one has a smokiness with a bit of licorice behind it. But it's much more mild in the scent. Alright, now for hacking purposes, we're trying to get closer to the Maelstrom Pendulum Potion, which is not anywhere near this color, this green. And I would like to play more with this, though. I think we're gonna stick with the Tamanu oil that I get from my supplier. All right, let's get back to our mixtures. So when we left off, we had Tamanu oil, camellia seed oil, and mac nut oil at 25%. Let's bump those up to 30%, those three, with a small percentage of avocado, olive, and plum kernel oil, and see what we get. I am almost out of the camellia seed oil, so we have got to make a micro batch here. See how the Tamanu oil is so thick? And really, you have to warm it up. But it has this crazy glittery look to it. It's really cool. I love it. So fancy. So now let's mix this before we go any further. Let's swatch it. It's definitely feeling more lightweight. Now we'll add in 3.333 of the rest of the oils. Okay, it's feeling a much more lightweight. Okay, so really quick update. I just used it to take off my makeup. I can tell you right now that that small increase of the percentage of the 3 base oils makes a huge difference on how it feels on your face. So we did tamanu oil, camellia seed oil, macnut oil, all in 30%, and the remaining 3 in 3.33%. I made a total of 30 mLs. So I'll keep playing with it, but I think it's really, unless we want to start purchasing oils from 10 different suppliers to try to compare and find the best one, then I really think I've taken the hack as far as I want to go. So, you know, one thing that I think when you try to hack a product, you actually end up proving its value, because it would take you a lot of money to trial and error to try to get exactly the same. One thing that you can notice is the way the oils are pressed and handled, and possibly the geographic location all play an effect in how they look. Remember, this tamanu oil over here was from Tahiti, cold pressed, Madagascar, cold pressed double filtered, and Madagascar expeller pressed. So, you know, a little bit of, you know, definitely a variance, and that's just one of the 6 oils. Should we start going through multiple different suppliers, we might find even more variations. So, yeah, I'll play with it another week and report back to you, but I think this might be as far as it goes. Are we interested in me continuing on? I think just basically it shows you that when you're creating a cleansing oil, having 1 emollient oil and 2 lightweight oils really is a nice blend. I think that's a takeaway. That's a take home, kids. And now the exciting conclusion to our Skin Goal series on hydration. Hydration for the nations. The conclusion. First up, water is not your enemy. It sounds silly, but it's not. Frequently, when I think of skincare and sort of the environment that started leading to people talking more about hydration, I think of the scene from the movie Idiocracy, where Luke Wilson has to convince the peoples of the future that the plants are telling him that they want water, because they're too busy feeding it a Gatorade-like substance. So yes, seeing water or aloe as the first ingredient in your product is a good thing. It's gonna make your skin hydrated, and your skin likes that. And you're gonna like the way that it looks. Bouncy, you know, plump, all things we want. Okay, so when you're talking about ingredients in skincare, there's direct ingredients that are gonna provide hydration, and there's sort of the indirect. So let's break that down. When you're looking through labels, you wanna see things, like I said, like aqua, water, aloe. All those things as the first ingredient usually mean that product's going to be hydrating to your skin. The next step, the next big gun, hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is this super cool substance that draws water from the air and holds it to your skin, and is really good at it and really strong. So when you see that in a product that claims to be hydrating, when you see those 2 ingredients, water, hyaluronic acid, you can say, I'm fairly certain that product's gonna hydrate my skin. Next up, sugars. Sugars kind of can get broken down into glycerin, honey, Agave, fruit sugars. Sugars are another one of those ingredients that draw moisture to the air and draw it to itself and hold on to it. That's why honey is such a perfect substance, plus it does amazing other things. But to make it simple, sugars. Now we could go on all day. We could say things like cucumber extracts, seaweed extracts. But the minutia of that is really minute. And we don't have all day. So if you really want to tackle hydration, look for water, aloe, hyaluronic acid, glycerin. All of those things are going to draw moisture and provide moisture directly to the skin. Now, let's move into the category of indirect. And this is where things can get a little bit confusing. Because when you talk about indirectly affecting hydration, you have two categories. One, occlusion. Occlusion is where you are stopping the transepidermal water loss. So things like the Josh Rosebrook Advanced Hydration Mask that almost feels like Vaseline on your skin. Those are the kind of products that are going to stop the hydration loss. The hydrogel masks that you leave on for 20 to 30 minutes. Those are another one that are occluding moisture from leaving your skin and thereby keeping it in the skin. So that's one indirect way to prevent water loss. Another way that products claim to be hydrating in an indirect way is when they are using oils or butters that they think contribute to building up the skin barrier. Remember, a strong skin barrier keeps transepidermal water loss at a minimum. So that is where things can get really gray, in my opinion, whether or not some of these oils really are beneficial. One that we know for sure is jojoba oil. I think another runner-up to that is chia seed oil. So it really, you have to kind of trial and error that. But there's a lot of oils that claim to be beneficial. I wouldn't say in my personal experience that every oil and butter has contributed to my skin's hydration. And I really don't think that's where you should focus skin hydration on. Now, the last piece of hydration that I want to talk about that pertains to topical ingredients and indirect hydration is natural moisturizing factor. So we know that natural moisturizing factor is made up of this. And so natural moisturizing factor exists within the cells. So topically applying stuff is another kind of gray area. However, we do know that some skin diseases are related to a lack of some of the certain elements that pertain to the natural moisturizing factor. So here are some things that you'll commonly see in products that may support hydration, that may support natural moisturizing factor. That is urea, PCA, lactates, amino acids, and sugars. Quick, brief overview. I'm not here to push products on you. I'm here to help you get the knowledge to start applying it to your purchasing, because I really think that's the way you avoid hype. When I see something that says hydrating, but it doesn't contain water or hyaluronic acid or glycerin, I'm like, I'm gonna pass. That's probably not going to directly impact my hydration, which is always what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that direct, immediate results. That immediate sort of like bouncy, dewy. I am definitely guilty of the overly dewy look. But I love my skin hydration. What can I say? Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I enjoy being here with you so much. I have some things coming up here. I'll be talking about Beauty Heroes and Fit Glow. Probably after the 7th. I'll be talking about Art of Organics and the Little Fox box. And yeah, I'll just keep doing me. And if you like it, meet me here. Okay, and now the Maui Minute. Bye.